What's up, guys? So in today's video we're going to analyze the WalkerFit Ultra 6 smartwatch.
Man, it's alright. So the first time I looked at the smartwatch, I was just thankful that didn't go for the same old typical Apple Watch design type. I'm telling you guys, like, we need variety in the like watching these companies do the same old thing kind of gets like old and boring. Someone needs to go up and then just like in their manufacturing offices and just tell them, listen, a new design is always cool. Okay, like I'm not saying this one's new, at least it's different.
And the screen is sharp-ish.
Okay, I lied. It's like, man,
It's not like watching YouTube on full HD.
like I know you can do better. For me, the one thing that gets me is that the watch faces that they, nah, some of these are like, what are you? I'm not saying they all suck, but they could do a little better. Yo, I know y'all didn't use Microsoft Paint. For me, the one that keeps getting at me is, no, honestly, look at this. Like, yo, who made, like, it's, bro, I'm not gonna lie, whoever did this, you ate with the email in the top left. And sometimes that's kind of the positive aspects about cheaper brands is, they just go and come up with something nutty. Like, it's like, it's not much, but they do whatever they can with it without really trying to make it flashy. And for me, honestly, I just hate seeing pixels. I know pixels are everywhere, but I just don't want to see them.
And the band is somewhat comfortable.
And by somewhat, I mean, man, that was somewhat hurting me. Not all the time, but it did happen a couple of times. But my one issue against the strap is it just never really seemed to stay on. Regardless of what I was doing, I could be chilling, I could be sitting on the couch, I could be watching a movie, and it's still gonna be popping out. That's some of the advice I could give to these lower brands if I can, is y'all need to step up your strap game. You need to at least stay on the hand for it to be marketable. Because that's not controversial, right? Like, you need to stay on, be comfortable, and do your thing. And if I notice that it's not staying on, then it's not really doing its job.
It sort of reminds me of the 2015 fitness tracker aesthetic vibe.
Which some people like, but I don't know how they did. But anyways, it's not really the worst thing in the world. I just wish the strap was a little better. That statement is very relative because you'd have to consider only comparing it to the smartwatches that are in its category. So basically budget smartwatches. And if you do, maybe it might be the best.
It feels very light.
Which honestly isn't a bad thing all the time. I have people always complaining that, if it's light, it just feels like lesser quality. Yada, yada. It's not always true, but it's true sometimes.
Maybe a little too light. It's like, is there a smartwatch in here, or did I just strap like a coaster to my wrist?
And people like watches for different reasons. So there might be some people that like it because it's light, some people that like the heavier type of watches. And it's not for me to judge because people that like them big watches, it's like, yo, what are y'all up to? You're not hunting for the infinity stones. Your arm's gonna be fine.
And the surprising thing for me is they made it from premium aircraft grade aluminium,
which they claim, which that means that it's really durable. Yeah, I'm not gonna do one of them drop tests.
It's also splash proof and scratch resistant.
I really love that because then it becomes versatile to be used in different scenarios. So think about it this way: sweating because you're in the gym, or it happens to be raining on some occasions. It just gives you confidence your watch is still gonna be fine.
And it has features that are pretty standard for smartwatches and smart tech these days.
I don't even know what else to say about the next list, but it's like, yo, a lot of these devices just have all these features now. It's like, at what point is it not enough?
So it's going to have the heart rate monitoring, step tracking, notifications.
So many devices have those features, and it's like, that's kind of scary. In 30 years, the world is gonna be wild, bro. There's so much technology that just knows our health better than we know our own health. So there isn't a horror movie based around like technology just throwing hands. And the funniest thing ever is that the step counter remains to be the worst. And like, it's really never made any sense to me why.
Battery life is a really important feature for me
because I want my devices on as long as possible. So for me, I'll never complain about a long battery life no matter what. Okay, so this is where things get a little comical.
The software is like,
man,
old-fashioned, I'd say. It's,
man,
like software navigating the interface.
It's just so bad.
It feels like trying to find your way out of an IKEA with a blindfold on.
And it's like, I know IKEA will be easier, and that's the worst part. The good things of this watch is definitely not the software, and most likely just the hardware. I don't like. Come on, man. So like it tries, but it's like one of those sad tryings. Like, I don't even have to elaborate. You know what sad trying is.
So with this watch, you just have to realize,
Man,
you really pay what you get for. I think it's a good smartwatch. It's just not great. And for me, my pet peeve is the pixels. Like when it comes to screens, once you move on to like higher displays and HD quality and even 4K, starting to see pixels on older devices, you just can't unsee it. So it's kind of biased on my part, because the more you review like better products, coming back to ones that are like mid-tier and low-tier, like it's a bit hard, right? It just makes it more difficult to be consistent, because sometimes lower brands have good quality. Just for this one, the pixel, the display for this one is something that really got me bothered. But yeah, if it's within the scope of your budget, I definitely say this is one that you should keep your eye out for. Maybe don't look too close because you don't see the pixel. But besides that, it's pretty decent smartwatch. Let me know if you're gonna get it. It's just my opinion. I'm JEDIJA. I'm out.